The Clashing Conferences Podcast. Let's go.
Welcome back to the Clashing Conferences Baseball Edition. I'm your host with the most handsomest host in all of Clashing Conferences. No disrespect to my friend Michael or Dave.
Doing good.
How you boys doing?
Doing great.
Spectacular. How's the club?
Doing well.
I like it. I also like now in the little Tinkerbell bubble that you're in that when it lights up purple. So I just feel like you're at the discotheque and we're all just here for the ride. So
techno.
Well, I can make it strobe and all that if I needed to.
Did you say strobe or stroke?
All the above, depending on the context.
Okay. Good.
Listen, Mitch.
Well, again, we're back. This is a little bit of a different special episode. Number one, we have Mike is actually filming from our
live in the
content manager's
studio
dungeon. So Michael is actually in the studio tonight. How's it feel, Mike? Yeah.
A little silence of the Lammy a bit, but
as long as he puts the lotion on the skin, he'll be all right. Also, Michael is in Pennsylvania because the majority of the Clashing Conferences people, minus Paul and his son, are going to be meeting up this weekend and doing some awesome stuff, including a little something for charity that, once again, our buddy Lewis is going to be partaking in. So, Lewis, once again, if you want to let everybody know what it is, where it is, what it is, and what's going on, by all means.
For one more time, grown adults want to throw on the shoulder pads and have fun on the field. Leave it on the field, under the lights, play a fun game of football. Or, kids who need newer prosthetics.
So there's going to be a tackle football game happening at this event?
Yes, sir.
And you're going to be partaking in said game?
I'm not playing in the game. I'm gonna be helping out. There's gonna be a few special guests. So I'm gonna be part of the VIP section where people can come, take pictures, and get autographs.
Now, if I want to get on my Johnny Mox or my Shane Falco and maybe go out there and throw a couple of bombs, is that something that we can work out, or am I going to get lit up by a DT for charity?
It all depends. You might get lit up if we get, people start throwing money. Hey, it might be worth it.
Okay. Should I bring the Ric Flair outfit?
Yes.
Okay.
That will be great.
All right. I just wanted to make sure.
For the kids.
So Ric Flair's going to be there. It's going to be a whole thing, ladies and gentlemen. So, again, this Saturday, come out, check it out at 7 o'clock, August 3rd, Iron Leg. Very excited to partake and be a part of this. Paul, what's your excuse? Do you just not like charities or children or what?
All the above, and not in that particular order. It's usually, I love all God's children except for, but,
Oh, no. That'll be edited.
Yep, most likely. But, it's still true. Sorry.
Woo!
No, it's birthday was yesterday. Anniversary is next week. It's just not in the cards right now. I'm already I will be up there at the end of August for a fantasy draft. So it's just not in the cards. You're a little bit too far in Philly for me to go. Up in Pennsylvania for me to go.
Only drives north of Richmond.
But I'm sorry to miss
him up on my way through.
It's a real big incentive.
Are you afraid of the Mason-Dixie line, or what's the deal?
No, I, for the most part, aren't a fan of Pennsylvanians. So when forced, I at least like the incentive of not having to take my car up there.
All right. Good to know. I stopped listening after you said anniversary, so whatever. It was just a bunch of mumbo-jumbo and excuses. But here we are. So you may see most of us. You won't see Paul. All right, boys. Should we go over the standings real quick?
We don't need to.
Lack thereof, could I say?
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go over the standings, please.
I just want to hear how many people actually have positive points.
There's only one, and his name is Paul. And he doubled his output by gaining another point, which puts Paul at a whopping 2 points.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Good job, Paul.
Yeah.
Good job.
You've had the worst
Awards are
team
nominated for all.
Hey, can we get fireworks
You've
going
had the
on?
worst team in the standings in the podcast
In
since we
second
started
place.
this thing, but you're winning the competition. Congratulations.
I would, if I mean, Chris is going to watch this stupid thing, so I'll just say it anyways. I mean, somebody's got to be the New York Giants out here.
Fair enough.
Wow.
Not performing on the field, but performing in our hearts, I guess.
Okay. And coming in second place still, I don't know if he knows this or not, but you are allowed to get points, Lewis, with his whopping my 0 is better than your 0, ladies and gentlemen, the big goose egg, Lewis.
I still say Lewis go win this thing with 0 points at the end of the year. There's so many categories on our wheel that are negative points.
Listen,
I can't stop cursing for some reason. I keep getting negative points for cursing, or I'd be right in this thing. So, I mean, I feel like Lewis is going to win with 0 points.
listen. If I win with 0 points, I need a 0 on
That
the
would
back
be
of
awesome.
my shirt,
You're going to be Jason Tatum.
or just Goose.
Yes. And the ooh, we could put eggs for the O's. Ooh, like that.
Yes, I like that. Yes, I like that.
And coming in at third, Mr. Negative himself, probably the most least negative person I know, but Mr. Negative.
I went
Mike Jones.
52
Mike.
weeks on this stupid podcast without cursing, and now I can't stop on the baseball podcast for some reason. I can't stop getting negative points. I need to quit.
Those Philly fans are emoting those suppressed emotions that you.
There's no Mets game in front of me
camped down
tonight,
for
so I
so
should
long.
be able to keep the curses to a minimum, hopefully.
1,000 grimaces.
Hashtag a million grimaces.
You're gonna need more.
Ooh.
I'm just imagining. I've again gotta understand. I don't ever root or cheer for a dirty New York team. However, if the Mets won the World Series, that parade
I just want to see a playoff
amazing.
game with
I
an
would go to that.
entire stadium filled of grimaces.
You know what?
Yes,
dude, I would say this: if the Mets win the World Series, I will dress up like Grimace.
Yes,
I will dress up like Grimace if they win the World Series.
Lewis, I'm gonna warn you.
If they win,
the nice Grimace costumes, they're expensive. I looked into it.
it's okay, dude. If I have to wear a Speedo,
No,
and
we're just
paint my
gonna
body in purple.
It's just gonna be.
I'll do it.
It's just gonna be
I'll do
tar
it.
and purple feathers or something for you. That's it.
Okay, listen. That's fine. I would do it as long as they win the World Series. They have to win it all. No division.
I'm doing it with you, Lewis.
No freaking
We're doing it together.
LLCS. All right, there we go.
Okay.
I will do it with you if they win the World Series. Matter of fact, we'll show up to the parade together.
Ooh. I think I think so. We know what'll happen if the Mets win a World Series. I think Lewis, Paul, you need to think about, should your team win, what are the other two going to have to do?
Got to worry about that
as a result.
Hey, we'll go get the Indian from the Koreans.
What is wrong with you? Ain't none of us got to worry about that. Are you serious? All three of us combined didn't do half of what the Padres and the Orioles and the Dodgers did in free.
Did you not see my
deadline.
text where ESPN said the Mets were one of the big winners?
Sure.
Paul,
but you don't even know who they are.
Dumbest thing in the world. We traded for 3 or 4 guys that I ain't never heard of in my life. And the ESPN's like, the Mets won the deadline. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, and we got 2 guys that we picked up at the trade deadline 2 years ago to win, because for whatever reason, that just means we obviously are going to do it again. Dumbest thing I ever seen in my life.
Dude. He's not great, but he's not bad.
No, I know, but he's not. But he was the World Series MVP
2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
Yep.
Hey, Paul, I'll get your Indian back if you guys win.
Ooh, there you go.
No, I want the bird back.
I will.
Or the chicken. The chicken.
I will. Oh, God. Yeah, I would love to have our chicken back.
Flying
But
squirrel.
Squiggy chicken.
I will send some pics because we're going to go to a game next week, next Thursday.
Nice.
Next Thursday. It's supposed to
Nice.
be for my son's baseball team. Is supposed to be there, so going to get
In
to go on the
Atlanta?
field and all that crap. So, no,
Oh, okay.
Richmond
all
Flying
right,
Squirrels.
Okay.
Yeah. Flying squirrel, baby. I don't know why. I just love that team.
Yeah, you got to get a picture of the mascot though.
Dude, I got pictures. Like, I mean, I got to find them. I've got pictures of my kids with them, like all over the place. They send those clowns all over town.
Why? They just like release a bunch of flying squirrels into the wild when they're at the game?
No, but like, there's any excuse for Nutsy to make an appearance
Nutsy?
somewhere.
Nutsy.
Yeah, I already said this
Yeah.
before. Yeah, it's
Oh,
mascot's
my
name is Nutsy.
You're gonna have to get one of those pictures
Yeah.
to Steven for a future flashing bashing.
Yeah, I mean, I got one. Yeah, I mean, I got a good one of Anthony from like 10 years ago. Real good one.
Nutsy and Big Tone.
When I
Here comes
when I say good, I mean
Nutsy.
ridiculous. Just its existence,
Nutsy.
its existence is ridiculous. So yeah, that's what I mean when I say good.
They could have called the squirrel freaking Sandy.
Uh,
Nutsy.
And I think there's a girl. I
Or
think
on
they
the
did a
nose.
girl version. I can't remember what it was. That one just kind of popped up since the pandemic, kind of.
Dude, I noticed that when I went to a Tar Heels game, they had their regular mascot, and then they had a female mascot. What's going on with
I
that?
got no idea. Like I said, it's one of these things that's happened in the past couple of years.
You
They
ain't-
got Ramses.
You
It's
ain't never
always
seen
Ramses.
Mrs. Met? Yes, you
No.
better
Mrs.
Google
Met, they
that.
made
There's
a
Mr.
female
and Mrs.
version of that
Met.
ugly
There's
monstrosity?
two.
No.
Mm-mm.
The only one I know of is the fanatic and his mom.
Kill them all with fire. What are you talking about? Those things are haggard. Mm-mm.
That's Nutsy.
All right, so wait, who's coming in hot?
Oh
We have a
my
lot.
god.
That's Nutsy.
Looks like a superhero.
I can't tell anyway. He's in his bubble.
Again, that's
All right, so
because
who's
it's
coming in
7
hot? We had the trade deadline. We had the Phillies get shellacked by the Yankees. The Red Sox kind of helped with that too. Before that series, you guys went and tried to bring the band
I
back.
feel like
So
I've been
who's
taking up
coming
too
in
much
hot?
of
I was
these.
trying to-
You guys want to pretend like you're hot?
Listen,
I was trying to come in hot. I was trying to come in hot with all the disappointment from the trade deadline for all of us. I mean, none of it really made sense. It sounded like everybody wanted to be buyers
Yeah.
and nobody was a buyer.
I am not disappointed.
I
As much
wanted-
as I joked about the Mets Hall, not knowing who those guys were, we didn't give up any good prospects. And clearly we got better, even though I didn't hear these guys. So I'm not upset one bit. Our bullpen has stunk this year, and we only have two bullpen guys that were on our opening day roster currently on the team. Two out of everybody. That's awful. So we needed reinforcements. I'm happy we got them. I'm not unhappy with trade deadline at all.
I mean,
I'm okay with it.
I wanted Jack Flaherty, but then I saw what was given up for him, like a top 10 prospect and something else, and I don't know. Like I said it last week, I'm like, I'm not trying to mortgage the farm system to do it right
Apparently
now.
nobody was this year.
No, they weren't. And then I wanted Jazz Chisholm for the outfield. I needed that, and I would have liked to have another nice infielder because all our infielders now are really, really young. So I mean, I was expecting just at least one like big name, but it was very I thought the whole thing was uneventful. I thought it was going to be a mad dash, and George could be big names going left and right.
There was not
and there just
one top 100
Yeah,
player in the top 100 list of ESPN's top 100 players in baseball. Not one traded.
Yeah. I mean, the first one I saw that was like Randy Azarena. I don't know how to say his last name. He's not that great of a player, but you know, he's a well-known guy. I think he's kind of cool. And then like once he went, I was just waiting for these names, and they just never did. It was like, oh, biggest name there is like, oh, Tommy Pham got traded. I'm like, okay. I mean, I know Tommy Pham pretty well, but I know Tommy Pham ain't turning around any team.
Nope.
From what I gathered with the Yankees and the Dodgers, was this another case of the rich getting richer, or the moves they make not really move the needle?
I'll say the Dodgers did, but not the Yankees.
No, not the Yankees. I think the Padres did too. Padres spent some
Jazz
spent some
Chisholm
money
has
too.
played 3 games, I think, and in 2 of those games he hit 2 home runs for the Yankees. I'd say that one's paying off pretty good so far.
Yeah, but his first game, he almost went out because he freaking ran into a player.
He's
And his
playing
other
some new
and his teammates
positions.
don't
I
really
think he's
like him
trying to get
because
used to it.
his new teammates aren't exactly a fan of
I
him
would
either.
I would understand that.
I agree with that 100%. But then at the same time, he's coming from the Marlins. You know, he was allowed to be the guy he wants to be.
Mhm.
Now you're playing for the Yankees, where you have to be
One of the guys.
a stand-up guy. You know, exactly. No facial
Mhm.
hair. You can't be too flashy. You gotta be. You know, you gotta wear a suit.
It's like lipstick on a pig. You're in New York. Stop acting like you're something that you're not, please. Come on. Let's be real.
Hey, yo.
Hashtag go to New York. By the way, I think I riled a fan up in the comments section this week about that comment.
Nice. Yeah, I saw that too.
Was that where
Love
was
it.
that? YouTube or on Instagram?
I think it was on the gram. I think the fans are
Yep.
listening. You know, we told them to leave comments, and one was not happy with my take. And guess what? I'm going to keep doing it. So, anyways,
That's why you're the host.
god dang right. So, Lewis, your team's kind of on a slide right now. How are you feeling about that?
I mean, it happens. You can't be perfect all the time.
Is that why you turned the P upside down on your hat because you're disgusted, or what?
It's a rally.
Yeah,
rally
they're
cap.
up. They're upside down right now. They gotta get it together.
All 3 of our teams have been deep
Yeah,
in series with really good teams too.
but not like the Phillies though. You know, I was watching the game last night. They were winning the whole time, and then next thing you know, Yankees got on their horse and ran away with
I
it.
mean, it could be a World Series preview.
Even in extra innings. So,
Yep.
it happens.
I mean, I got both those teams in my Final Four.
As long as you do, we're okay. If Mike has them, we're
fade Mike's bets.
Yeah,
because it seems like every time Mike takes the Phillies,
that's the truth,
they
Lewis.
lose.
Y'all been killing me. Y'all been killing my bankroll lately.
I know. Ever since you said that in the group chat, I was like, damn.
But I might
why
still
we're losing.
do it if that's
Mike's
the reason.
always
you
picking
guys are
them.
fading. You won one game this week. One game. I think you only won one game
I'll bet
last
$1
week.
if they can lose.
You can't win one game a week and expect to still be a division leader for much longer, buddy.
It's okay.
We call that
happen in World Series.
Pre
You
All-Star
don't
break
start winning
Yankees
one
right
game
there.
a week when you're a World Series contender. You got Bryce Harper who can't hit the ball at all right now. He might not get another hit until the playoffs. And he's out there. He's clearly frustrated. He's cursing at the cameras.
Hold on.
Probably losing. He's probably losing 1 point. Cursing at the cameras.
Time out.
You know, I mean, you can't curse.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
Yes.
I'm not going to interrupt Michael. Michael makes good points.
No, he does not. No, he's
you guys
dirty New York team. That's dirty New York team. That's all it is. That's all it is.
He does have a point. You're not even the best team in your own city, and I love telling that to Chris.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Paul, we've been the best team in all of baseball for 7 weeks. I know we had a bad start. But we have been the number 1 team in baseball for 7 weeks. That is not like a 3-game stretch. Our team is very good. I'm excited.
And what
Braves
does that
have been the
mean?
best team today.
It doesn't freaking win you the World Series.
If playoffs started today, I think we'd still be the last wild card. We're shooting to make the playoffs.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You know, whatever helps you sleep at night.
I mean,
Mike.
I think because of the trade deadline stuff, I think the wild card positions are going to be the most contested. They're going to be highly contested this year, I think.
Explain to me, though, this is something I've never understood about baseball, and I need to hear a reasonable answer. Why is it that baseball has the longest regular season and then the shortest playoffs? What is the point of that? You're telling me you couldn't shave 10 games off the regular season and add another full round to the playoffs? Like, why are these wild card games so short? I don't get it. Explain.
I mean, it's pretty much win or go home for those wild card games. Shoot, it used to be even worse than that. Because now at least I think what is it? The second one is that you do actually get like a 3-game series or something like that, right?
It's a 3-game series.
Yeah, it used to be you play 162 games, you lose the next one, it's a wrap, just like that,
and you're done. Exactly. So now it got better. I think it's better now, adding the 3 games.
But if you got a sport where it's like you got to, besides Bryce Harper, you really got to try to hurt yourself. Like, keep playing. And obviously, you do have to go backwards. You can't add more games to it. You got to go backwards. Otherwise, you're going to start getting into football and basketball territory a little too much, and you're losing your competitive edge there for the viewership. But yeah, I mean, shave off 2 weeks and just get more playoff baseball. Everybody loves the playoffs. Like, I watch playoff hockey, playoff baseball, NBA playoffs. Most of that, nobody's trying to watch that during the regular season. NFL's the only one that everybody tunes in every week because they only got a couple
They're never
games.
going to shorten the baseball season because of stats.
Well, it's not as physical either.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I see both. I mean, start it, and I don't care if you can't play in Colorado in March. Start it early. Start it earlier.
I feel like
put some long sleeves on. Be a man.
I feel like either with viewers or endorsements or whatever, like Paul said, when it's playoffs, there's more people likely to tune in. What do you if it's the last series of the year and you got like the floundering Rockies versus the A's, like who gives a crap? You know what I mean? If you could take all those crappy games and teams and turn them into something that's going to get viewership and money going, I don't know. I've always been confused by that because you've seen a little bit of expansion with baseball. Basketball used to have 5 games in the first round. They switched it to 7. Football, they added all the an extra wild card and stuff. So you can see the importance of the playoffs. But baseball was like, we're going to add 1 game.
I'm still upset they took half my division matchups away. I still want to play the Phillies 100 times a year.
That's very true. They added a lot of interleague, which I don't like it.
So when do the playoffs start is my question. September?
Is it the very end of September or is it the first week of October?
I'll say it's the
middle.
I think it's the middle of September when they start.
Yeah, I don't think it's into October quite yet. Because I mean, because it doesn't. The whole thing doesn't go till November.
Nah, that's when you start the NLCS. Is when it starts. In the
last game of the season still runs to September 29th this year.
Oh,
dang!
All right. And thanks, Mike, with the search.
Well, they will be playing probably.
I got all kinds of stuff up in front of me, Lewis. I'm prepared for anything.
I know. I saw you.
Air traffic controller
with
all just moving around all the screens and all that, all the different devices.
He's in the content manager's cave.
Oh, I have access to a lot more when I'm in my cave. I got like 8 screens in front of me in my cave.
Over here like Dr. Evil.
All right, boys, do you have anything else you'd like to go over before we go into halftime? Anything we didn't touch on that you feel the need to put out there for the public to hear?
I don't
go through the competition.
I don't know if this is for the public, but I just want to tell Lewis again, man. Don't be so confident. I've seen this before. I know what it's like to collapse, and you guys are following the blueprint right now.
Hold on, time out. When did I say my team was going to win the World Series?
You should have
first place.
I would have
now.
said your team was going to win the World Series.
I said we're in first place right now. You're the one who's thinking Grimace is the freaking.
He is. It's like Jesus.
The biggest
baseball
thing.
Jesus.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey, word of the wise. I came from. I saw the chicken and beer Red Sox. Well, we were up 12 games or however many it was, with a couple weeks left in the season, and
the Mets were up 7 games with 17 left in 2007. Listen. We were up 7 games with only 17 to play. Lewis, you're only up 6.5 with like 50 to play. It's very possible.
Hey, Mike.
Sweat?
Look, you see this right here?
You sweating? I think he's sweating.
No, it's a shoulder
it's
for
sweat.
it's a shoulder for you to
Is it
cry
your
on.
taco meat?
It's a
The
shoulder.
Phillies are
Taco meat?
It's a
sweating.
shoulder for you to cry on. It's a shoulder for you to cry on. When Grimace lets you hang dry.
I
Right here,
appreciate it,
look.
buddy.
And
Thank you.
and I'll burp you while you're crying.
Mm.
Dirty New York teams. That's what we're going with.
We'll see in
While-
2 more
Dirty
months.
New York
while I was
teams.
at my son's baseball tournament this weekend, as we're getting just shellacked, this little kid walks by with a Schwarber jersey on. Man, it took everything I could not to just walk up and just drop kick him from the back.
Dude, it sucks when you can't do that to little kids,
Yes.
right?
Gentlemen,
Oh.
we're supposed to be out here doing positive charity events for the kids, not drop kicking them because of Schwarber jerseys. Cheapers, crowd. I didn't think I would have to tell you the boys this, but here we are. So, no, do not hit children that are wearing the wrong jersey.
How we get the
We'll
buzzer
con-
and not
we'll
Mike?
console the we'll
Golly.
console the moms afterwards.
All right. Cheapers, crowd boys. All right, stay tuned. Come back to the second half. We're going to spin those wheels. We're going to see how many more negative points we can dole out to these guys. Then we're going to hit them with some Mat Libs. I'm looking forward to this because we are going round robin style. Not talking about any of the girls you guys took to your middle school dance. So stay tuned. Come back. Second half. Yee.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. Just a few quick reminders for everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And check out our fellow podcaster, Jim Montgomery, with This Day in Philly Sports History. Thank you.
All right, the wheel is slowly spinning. I'm assuming we're back for the second half. Welcome back to the second half Clashing Conferences podcast. I am your host, Matt. We are going to spin the wheels for the internal competition so we can see
Can we
who
get
end up
positive
getting
points
less
this
points.
week? Can we get positive point categories instead of negative point categories? It's by batter, any single player winner.
Hey, look at that.
Winner, winner, cheese curd dinner. I can't read that. So
Single
what was
player hits.
Hits by any single player.
that? Okay.
Feeling like a Jeff McNeil category.
Who is
He
Jeff?
won the
McNeil?
batting title 2 years ago.
Ooh, look at that. RBIs, any single player. I like it.
So hits and RBIs, any single player.
That feels like Pete
Okay.
Alonso. I'm going to win 2 points this week. I'm going to be with Lewis and 0. Oh, we got to
His
spin that
zero's better
again.
than yours, though.
We got a
Yes.
duplicate category.
Can't double up on a hits in single player.
Yes, we can. Stop it. I need points.
You have not had a point. Who are you talking about?
Yes.
So you got
No, that's why I said I need points.
so you got hit single player
You
and
need points.
RBIs.
Why are we spinning
Singular.
this again?
No, I need
Our
points.
producer's out of control.
I guess we didn't like. I guess
Do
we
we
didn't
not,
want
Steven?
RBI a second
Do
time.
we not want RBI? Are we skipping RBI? What's going on?
Well, it
So,
was
hold on.
RBI
So-
both ways, single
different,
player
though.
and team. So he's.
So if we're doing
Hey, you're in the
strikeouts,
studio,
that's
I'm
not me.
turning
I'm
to
just
him. I'm
telling
trying
you
to
what
get
the spin
a,
was.
a call here, but I'm not getting any response.
Throw
We're
the flag. Throw the
going with
flag.
this
Come on,
one,
man.
he says.
Throw the
We're going
flag.
with strikeouts by a batter team total. So here's what's going on.
Hold on. Why don't you call New
I'm
York?
going to tell you what's
Dirty
happening.
New York teams.
I have
Call New
moved to
York.
the bottom of the friends list with Steven here. Okay, last week, the Mets got the most RBIs by a team, and that came up on the week this wheel, and he was like, we can't have Mike getting another point. He's getting too many points without cursing. So he switched it to the point that I lost last week for most single player strikeouts. That seems real fair, Steve. Thanks, bud.
And I would like for you to freely express how you feel about that in the words that you feel necessary.
No,
on the
I'm not going
podcast.
to curse
Go ahead,
this week.
yes.
I'm not going to be
Go
goaded
ahead.
into it.
Let it. Just let it.
We are
let
going
it
to
rip.
get a
Let it rip,
positive
tater
point
chip.
this week. I
Let
can
it
tell
rip.
you it's probably not going to come out from that strikeouts category since we had a guy strike out 4 times in a game last week. Probably happen again. But we've been hitting. We rake. We are going to get them hitting categories.
Listen, it's okay. Just let it. Just go ahead. Just let it
I
all
think you
out.
guys should have a pillow fight to settle this. On camera, live.
Yes, live.
Well, I think Mike and Steve are having a thumb war, quote unquote, right now under the table. So
No, I think I figured out the thumbs. I
Whoa,
think it's
hey,
when
yo.
you nod your head too much. Maybe not. It's not working now. Thought I noticed that earlier. I guess I'm wrong.
We are starting to dip our toes in the rated R water, boys. Oh my! All right, so
Dude,
we have our categories. We all know how everybody's going to not get points next week. We established that.
as long as I get 1
Lewis
point, that's all
deemed
I care
him. I
about.
believe Lewis deemed
Gosh.
himself with the
Hey,
nickname the Big
so-
Goose Egg last week. He's not allowed to get points.
I was gonna say as long as I keep that 0 on there,
You're gonna win.
my 0's better
You're
than
gonna win
yours.
0.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's why Steven
F&A.
did
Wouldn't
that.
that
He
be
has
something?
inventory,
F&A.
got a negative category in this week. That's why we spun that wheel again. He was like, we can't have people getting points. Nobody cursed yet.
Have you guys, just putting it out there, have you guys considered performance enhancing drugs of any variety to kind of step your game up, Or
I need some performance enhancing stats.
The drugs I use do not enhance
Yes.
performance in any way,
There we
shape,
go.
or form.
We need PES. PES.
Performance.
I would,
what is the
definitely
Perform-
perform
it-
more
performance
well
enhancing
on
stats.
PES.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul.
He was trying to turn this into the toilet bowl over here.
Yeah.
There's,
Yeah.
I don't know if
Come
anybody
on
knows,
now.
but at least once a week, Lewis will say something that's usually a phrase or an ism, and then at the halfway point, he just stops, and I'm always like, "Where's he going with this? Is he gonna finish it?" So, need some Pez.
So good.
All right.
Give me the strawberry and the
Performance
grape.
enhancing stats. Got it. Okay.
Hey, matter of fact, that's the title for this one.
Ooh.
It is.
Hold on now. You just can't be self-proclaiming titles. That is not how it works.
All right, I'm
it happens
sorry.
in the magic of the moment,
Okay, I'm
Well,
sorry.
you're right, because I need to have the third title in a row
Mm-mm.
to break the break Matt's record.
Mm-mm. No. That is a
Yes.
rookie record. I
King
hope
of
that
Zing
stands.
reigns supreme.
Mm-mm. Supreme pizza, maybe, but I don't know. All right, boys.
That's
Oh,
disgusting.
that time again.
You know what time it is?
Mad Lib.
Oh, it's time for Matt Lib's content manager. Cue the music. One. That's gonna come back and haunt somebody. No, they're quick. They're quick. Easy one goes bye-bye. So these are again going to be round robin. Therefore, that means that all of you are going to have to try to answer as best you can for each 6 questions. But again, whoever has the best answer that comes to mind first, you can go. It really doesn't matter. I'll start off with somebody, but again, it's like double dutch. Just jump in when you're ready.
Jump
All right.
in when you're ready.
So, Paul, leading off with you since you are in the lead with your whopping 2 points. Favorite baseball movie ever?
Well, let me start off with the worst, and that's Angels in the Outfield.
I was going to be doing that on the next round, Paul. So let's not get ahead of the teacher now.
Okay, because that was awful. Best baseball movie?
Hmm?
I honestly don't think there's a whole lot of great baseball movies, but the
What?
one that I'm thinking of has Matthew Lillard and Freddie Prinze Jr. as minor league pitcher or players. Jessica Biel's in there as the love interest for Freddie Prinze Jr. Brittany Murphy, rest in peace, is in there. Summer Catch.
Summer Catch.
Had to
Okay.
pull it out of the vault. I thought that was a good one. That's a little like pop culture kind of American Pie type movie.
I do not
I
know
mean,
that I've ever even
I was
heard of
expecting
I'm
it.
from
sure.
you.
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, and I'm not
Me neither.
going Field
It
of
sounds like
Dreams.
a
I'm not going to
freaking
pop
Rookie. I'm not
culture
going to
and-
League of Their Own.
Nobody else has ever heard of it but him?
I mean, do you want me to say the
listen.
bench warmers? I can go bench
This-
warmers.
No, this sounds like a movie you freaking sat down and watched with your wife.
It's absolutely a date night movie from
You couldn't come up
15
with a
years
better
ago.
baseball movie than this?
Listen, what
No,
did
I
you
don't-
watch after that? That freaking The Notebook? Titanic?
This is what she was watching after that.
That's got to be negative point. It's got to be negative point.
There we go. There we go. Yes,
No,
I got
that is
him.
not a curse.
Yes.
Not even close.
Yes.
Not even close.
David for Nutsy. All right,
There
Lewis
it
and
is.
Mike,
Listen,
favorite baseball movie.
I'll jump in there with The Sandlot.
Oh my God! What happened?
It was a great movie.
It's right
That was a
behind
great-
me too.
What?
The Great Bambino.
Yeah,
That's my bad.
classic.
Yeah,
bad.
a great movie.
Yeah, that was dumb.
The Beast.
Yeah, that was dumb.
The Beast.
Yeah. No.
Michael?
that
Come
wins.
on now.
Well,
You killing me, Smalls.
Lewis took one of mine,
We
but
actually-
I got two. Major League, man. One of the absolute best baseball movies of all time. Fun, one of the funniest sports comedies you could ever come up with.
Matt, stop.
Yep.
And nobody
Asking
mentioned
me first, damn it, because obviously those are the top two picks, and I absolutely would have said those.
What's the other? Mr. What is it?
That
Mr.
was
3000?
good. Bernie
Oh my
Mac.
God, with
yeah.
Bernie Mac?
That was good.
Yeah, come on now.
So dumb.
Sheesh.
Personal favorite, prize, nobody said it. Henry Rowan-Gardner, Rookie of the Year.
It was one of the ones
Wow.
I was going to mention that, and I was going to mention Field of Dreams, but the Rookie was
Hey, Rowan-Gardner, you suck.
You know, if you were young enough to enjoy it, it was
Hey,
a great movie.
How about Peter Pan? They play baseball in Peter Pan.
It's too early for that.
Stop.
Stevens whispering. There's that.
There's your line.
Behind
There's your
me.
line, Matt. Where was he going with it? Nobody knows.
They did.
They bangarang. Man, all right. Rookie of the Year, Henry Rowan-Gardner.
A Sandlot.
All right, Lewis.
Yes, sir.
So this might take a minute again, though, but I'm trying to tap into you guys' baseball je ne sais quoi. So you got the Grimace thing going on in New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what would you say has been your favorite baseball thing that you've seen another team or fan base do? So whether it's the Grimaces or the Rally Caps or what's something that you've seen that you wish the Phillies were doing or had thought of first?
Okay, I'll keep it Philly. When the Eagles won the Super Bowl, Hungry Dogs Run Faster. They freaking threw the mask on and they ran with it and they won the Super Bowl. That's mine's right there.
Okay.
So maybe, they need to get a little energized and, I don't know, put a dog mask on and get their stuff together.
Maybe a horsey because they're Phillies.
Hey.
Mike, Paul?
I'm a big fan of the cup snake. That's been a piece of pop culture recently. I think it's like section 206 for the DC Defenders of the XFL, whatever it is now. But I think it's like section 206, starting that snake cup snake. I'm a big fan of that. That's a newer age thing.
I can't really think of a good one for my Mets, so I'm going to suggest a second one for the Atlanta Braves. More Pride Nights for Paul.
Whoa.
I mean, we got 1/4 of the Village people there in the, as a mascot, so why not?
You can be the construction guy. Get out there, buddy.
All I need is a tool belt. I'm just wearing a tool belt. That's it.
That's what you're doing when we go to the parade. When me and Lewis are Grimaces, you're coming as the YMCA guy.
I'm with it. I ask because again, I'm loving the Grimace movement. I really am, and also it reminds me of the 2013 Red Sox when they were
number one team in baseball since the Grimace, baby. Keep it alive, Matt. Keep it alive.
Yep. I'm trying, man. Listen, this is the one and only time any fans out there, anybody that knows me, this is going to be one of the only times ever you will ever see me even remotely pulling for a dirty New York team. So Michael's Mets, other than that.
But my thing is, hold on, time out. So how's he's a Mets fan, but he sits here and he's done it a few times already. The Philly Fanatic is the best mascot
for the worst baseball team.
Right.
I said you don't deserve the Fanatic.
That's called growth.
Philly fans don't deserve the Fanatic. Not even a little bit.
For you.
How will Grimace feel
is
about
still
this?
waiting to get jumped by Mr. and Mrs. Met in the back alley, bud. Just like you said previous week.
it's like you're so it's like you have your wife at home, and then Grimace is like your work wife.
I'm just hoping that the next time you guys play, Bane shows up and implodes the stadium like he did in Gotham.
Every episode is Paul
Yes.
trying to wipe
Or an
an
entire
fan
state
base
of
off the map.
California.
That's what I've noticed recently. Yeah. He's like, if we just kill all the teams, then we'll win. Yikes. Michael, I'm curious to hear your, well, again, all of you, I'm curious to hear your answers, but Mike, best baseball rivalry, not Yankees Red Sox.
It will always
gee, I
be
wonder what
Mets
he's gonna
Phillies for
say.
me. I've talked about it
Uh,
before. The
Okay.
Mets Phillies games I've gone to, the atmosphere is electric on both sides. I mean, both those teams travel well and take over the other team's stadium when one team's playing better than the other frequently, and it's a fun time, man. It's a really fun time going to Mets Phillies games.
Okay. Paul Lewis.
no, that's Red Sox Yankees is all I got.
Didn't Cardinals Cubs used to be a thing?
And I thought Dodgers Giants used to be a thing too.
Yeah.
I don't really have one, but I do have a moment where what's his name? He used to play for the Blue Jays.
The
Bautista.
bat flip?
Joey Bats. Joey Bats.
No, well, not was it the bat flip when he got punched in the
Oh,
face?
you're talking about Roughneck Odor? Because
Yes,
Joey Bats is a big dude, and Roughneck Odor made him look like a chump.
Clocked him.
Chump.
He clocked him.
Is that the rain? Was it Odor? Was he on the
Yeah, I
Rangers
think
then?
so.
I don't. Was it the Rangers?
I don't know how that would be a rivalry. I mean, you instantly make one if you just walk up and
No,
punch
that's what I'm
somebody.
saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't have a rivalry. I just have a moment in the sport where it was just like it got heated.
Albert Bell did that to a couple people sometimes.
In Chicago or Cleveland?
Cleveland, standing like people, running to the second baseman, standing standing on the tracks when the train's coming through. He had no problem. Same thing as like running home. The old rules about how you do everything you can to literally murder the catcher just to dislodge the ball. I mean, that's what Albert Bell would do. But second baseman didn't have the ball. He
The
just
Mets
happened to be
hadn't
alive.
stunk for the past 10 years straight, I would say Mets Yankees, because we had a pretty good rivalry going on for a little bit back when we were in the Mets and Yankees World Series. You had Clemens
guys are
picking up the
holding it right
broken
now,
bat
though.
and throwing it at Piazza, and we had a good rivalry with the Yankees going for a little while.
That's crazy. I just saw that highlight
The
this
hell were they
morning.
playing that for?
Yes. I do not know, but I saw that this morning. He literally picked up that bat and launched it at him.
The Russian spies tapped into my MATLibs database, so they're probably trying to get a jump on the show. These
You
jerks.
sure it wasn't China?
I mean, at this point. Paul, to circle back to what you were saying earlier, worst baseball movie.
I think Angels in the Outfield was pretty bad. I think that's going to be it. Although, like the last Major League was really bad. Like they really should.
Yeah,
you should have stopped. Really should have stopped. Like 2 wasn't bad, but the cast wasn't there, and it was
Didn't 2
was
have like a
signaling the
partial
end.
cast, if
3,
I remember right? Okay.
Yeah, it had a partial cast, but like
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes didn't come back. Some of the other ones didn't come back. And then the third one, where it's like Back to the Minors or whatever they called it,
was
awful. So I mean, I would probably say that or Angels in the Outfield. But I mean, if I was a 10-year-old kid, Angels in the Outfield probably still would have been cool.
All right, Lewis, Mike.
I never watched it. I saw previews of it, but the one where with the girls.
Oh,
I don't know the name.
League of Their Own.
League of Their Own.
That's not that bad of a movie at all.
Like I said, I've never watched it. It just looked boring to me.
Oh, now you got to go watch it because it doesn't completely suck.
Okay. I'll take your advice. I'll watch it.
I'm
When I'm
still
bored.
trying to. I'm not going to talk about it on air, but For my worst movie, I'm trying to get some other thought out of my head right now. For the worst movie, I'm going to go with, I didn't know this until today, but I'm going with one of Lewis's previous mentions, Peter Pan. I had no idea there was any baseball in that. I don't remember that. Peter Pan was not a good baseball movie.
Yes. There was baseball in there. We'll look it up.
Interesting. I don't know. I don't know. I've watched all the Air Bud movies, so I'm gonna go whatever Air Bud with baseball. I'm gonna go with that one. The volleyball one's pretty horrible. Love it.
That's all that matters.
I guess. I mean, I don't want them growing up thinking that dogs can just play baseball, but you know, maybe.
How about this?
What?
I had to look this up though, but here's a ringer for worst: basketball.
That wasn't that bad.
Hold on now. Don't.
Basketball?
It's the
Basketball?
dumbest movie ever. I mean, Carmen Electra is just okay in there, but you know the creators of South Park in there just being themselves. It's you got to be a total.
You got to be
donkey,
the kind of
yeah.
person that likes South Park. Dumb humor.
Yeah.
But basketball was a good
Wow,
movie. I
Basketball,
don't
good
remember
movie.
any piece of it, but I remember I enjoyed it.
Basketball.
Yeah, I know. I remember some, but none that I will be
Never
seeing.
heard of it.
Yeah. Carmen Electra, I remember too.
Lewis.
Yes, sir.
This might be a tricky one. I don't know, maybe not. But again, all your questions kind of circle back to what the original question was. So we talk about cool things that you've seen teams or fan bases do. What's something that you've seen a baseball team fan base do that you're like, that's the dumbest crap I've ever seen? Why?
Grimace. Are you serious?
Thank you, Paul.
Easy,
Thank you,
obvious,
Paul.
and correct.
Grimace.
Mm-mm.
Horrible.
Mm-mm.
Horrible. How dare you cheat on your mascot?
Mm-mm.
Like, seriously. Like, why?
I think
Why not? It's been working. Okay?
No. Okay, so what happens when it all comes down?
That's every season for the Mets. So what's the difference? Why would that be any different? This year
of
might
Grimace.
be different. Yeah, because of Grimace.
Because of Grimace, huh?
So, Mr. and Mrs. Met needed a spark in their relationship, and they said, let's go out, find Grimace. That's a story I was told. I don't know what you guys heard, but
So what happened? Mr. Met went out to get milk, and he stumbled upon
he made a
Grimace's
stop at
mom and
McDonald's.
had a
Yeah, he made a
baby.
stop at the play place. Next thing you know, he's got an extra kid following him home, and then the Mets are winning. And then Lewis is going to be going to a parade dressed up as a big, giant purple Hershey Kiss or whatever he is. I don't know.
Once again,
now they shut down all of the play places, so Grimace has nowhere to go.
If they win the World Series, I will do it. If they win it.
On camera, folks.
And
Heard it here first.
Listen, and we will be recording live from the parade.
Steven is Instagramming that up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mike or Paul, anything that you've seen fan bases do that you're like, that's stupid, besides Grimace? Anything?
Every celebrity first pitch throw out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty tired of it. Nobody's been able to do it.
This
in
whole
like
question has
10
been an
years.
attack on Grimace.
Yep.
Grimace threw the first pitch out.
Why
you gotta go
Mike.
there?
I gotta agree with
That's how Grimace came into the
Oh,
Mets.
I wasn't even talking.
Grimace threw the first pitch out. We've been winning ever since. And the two things you guys don't like are
I meant
Grimace
just
and first pitches.
No, I wasn't thinking about
my-
Grimace at all. I'm just like, so you were the number one pick in this other sport. That doesn't mean you're going to come out here and throw a pitch. You're just out there, you wave, and you make an idiot out of yourself. And I'm tired of it. Everybody's done it.
Yeah,
So stop.
But how hard
That's
is
what
it
I'd
to
be
throw a
thinking,
freaking
like-
ball?
And if you knew you were going to do it, maybe you throw once before you get out there.
Dude, because there's been plenty of like athletes out there that when it's their turn, they just
It bounces. It goes like way over. I mean, anything. I saw one earlier where somebody did it and it hit the camera guy right in the sack. Line drive right in the guy's big guy like sitting there with the camera, didn't budge, didn't flinch.
But
right
then
in the
you
sack.
got that nun that came out and she threw a perfect strike.
If it were up to me,
straight.
That's why you don't
the
bring
Mets
out
would
the-
just rotate Grimace and 50 Cent every night.
Oh my God.
50 threw it in the dugout. That was bad. Bad. All right, Michael, last question. If there was one MLB coach that you could give a nice pop in the chops to, past or present, who and why?
Ooh.
Just for him, please say Aaron Boone.
No. I don't know.
I'll tell you mine. Don Zimmerman finished what Pedro started.
It's Don Zimmer, by the way.
Don Zimmerman,
Red Sox
whatever.
fans are
I
allowed
don't
to mess
care.
that one up.
Dude, he didn't
I
even
mean, I
try.
care, but
He didn't even try to. He didn't try to punch him. He tried to pick him up by his neck.
Yeah, just like
bro, he hip tossed that old man.
flipped him by his head.
Pedro could have just moved like a matador, and I feel like he would have just
He would
kept
just tripped
running
over the mound
like
and
a
fell right on
cartoon.
his face.
Yep.
But now he's got
But
an
that's
abuse
my
on the
answer.
elderly charges now. So
Mhm. Any of you boys? Any coaches or skippers that maybe you like to give a little skibbity paps to, or what?
I don't know. I wasn't a real big fan of Terry Francona when he was on the Sox, to be honest. And this has nothing to do with you.
Ooh, elaborate.
You just look like a real prick out there a lot of times. But
Oh.
I mean, not that much. I mean, nobody like a manager. There's really not too many that I mean,
Yeah, it's different in the sport of baseball.
I
I
was
think
just
if you
thinking
were
the
to say
same thing,
football,
Lewis.
then it's a
Absolutely. I
different
could name
story.
100 coaches
yeah,
in
like
football.
I was like, I'd be
Yeah,
throwing hands until I
exactly.
can't lift them anymore in football.
Yeah, with baseball, it's different because the managers don't really like. They don't. I don't know.
Interesting. I would have figured with all the trauma and whatnot that's been afflicted upon each of you by the various fan bases that there would have just been some that you would have just
Of the
one time.
when the Mets were collapsing, that
I mean,
wasn't coaching
I
fault.
mean,
So I go, I blame that on players. When you start losing games like that, coaches don't mean enough in baseball to really like win or lose that many games by what they're doing. I mean, you could screw up the lineups. Honestly, I hate to say it, Lewis, your manager right now, Rob Thompson, that dude's a bum. That's my pick. That's my pick.
Ooh.
So you're trying to say he's
how?
like the Daniel Jones of
He's
Major League
he's
managers?
the
No.
realest
Don't get me wrong.
manager.
I
He's the
like him
realest
as a
manager
person.
in the
I
league right
like his
now.
personality. I like him as a person. He's not a
So
good
how is he?
manager. He's
So how
leading
is he
off
a bum?
Schwarber still.
Why not?
After I don't know how many years or months it's been of him in the wrong spot in the order. There's not another manager in baseball to be batting him leadoff. Not another manager in baseball would bat that dude leadoff. It's the wrong spot for him. He's an RBI machine. He should be up when there's guys on bases.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and he's fat. He's fat. He's not running. He's not
He's
Ichiro.
running stubs
He's not.
out there
Thank
every
you.
day
Thank you.
instead of Real
Exactly.
Muto.
No,
Like, why?
it doesn't. It doesn't.
Why would you run?
Dude,
Stubbs can't hit
why
the
would
ball
you?
for nothing. Rob Thompson's not a good manager. You guys are winning games in spite of him.
Okay. Oh man, here we go, Mr. Grimace himself. Mr. Grimace himself.
He's giving guys
Really?
days off
Really?
against the wrong.
Anyways,
Righties should be going against lefties and vice versa. But
bring the
when
button
he
out. Where's
sits
the button?
guys,
Where's the
he
button?
sits them
Where's the
against the
button? Bring the button.
wrong
There, yeah,
southpaw or
hit that.
righty
Hit that
pitcher.
thing. Come on.
Hit it with the
Bring
chicken.
that.
Hit it with the chicken.
He's not good.
Yeah. Yes, please. Anyways, back to your question, Matt. I will go with Alex
That's a
Cora
good one.
for cheating.
That's a
For
good
cheating.
one.
There we go.
Oh, and that's
There we
probably a
go.
popular one too. There's quite a few
There we
people that
go.
want to
If you
probably
guys
want to hit him for
might
that.
not remember this, but the
Thank you.
Mets not too long ago hired Carlos Beltran to be our manager at one point. And then after the Astros all came to light, they said, "Sir,
Yeah.
a couple days later, we're going to pass on your services since you played for the Astros." Red Sox apparently have lower standards.
And the Red Sox said, sign on the dotted line.
Red Sox are like,
We'd like
we'll
you to
take
come back for
cheaters.
3
We're
more
New
years,
England.
so.
We had Belichick for 20 years. We know all about it.
Village Eat.
See, and these don't affect me because I am not a Patriots fan. So yeah, I know they love to cheat, but also they're not taking the banners away. I say that all the
How
time.
are you the biggest Patriot and not a Patriots fan in Patriot territory?
I'm an American
Whoa.
hero, sir. I'm not a patriot. Okay. I leave that to the professionals, you know, the Scotty Tragos of the world. I am just an American hero, you know, that's all. So what can I say that hasn't already been said? Anything you boys want to add before we sign off?
Are we really
Yeah,
gonna?
I got a shout out. I got a
Gonna
shout
let
out for
Matt's
the.
American
I
hero be the dumb
think we
shit and
struck
end
a
it
nerve.
here?
I think
That doesn't seem right.
No,
I think we struck a nerve, and freaking Mike feels threatened by freaking Rob Thompson.
Freedom.
Wants to freaking pick on Rob Thompson. Really?
Freaking
Okay.
yeah.
Stop it.
The next week I win, I'm bringing a Phillies fan on as my guest because every Phillies fan I know agrees with me
Go ahead.
that Rob Thompson
You
is
do
a
that.
bum.
No, you're crazy.
The only Philly fans Mike
I know
knows
a
are
lot of
buried in his
Phillies
backyard.
fans.
What are we talking about?
Whoa. He's gonna bring the
I got a shout-
Hamburglar
I got a-
next week. That's what it is. The Hamburglar.
I got a shout out for the Phillies. I learned
Okay.
that Alec Boehm, who I just knew that person existed, like at the Home Run Derby or the before when he was named an All Star, is currently dating ESPN bet analyst
Wow.
Aaron Dolan. So props to him. Props to him. That is
And for a while,
incredible.
he was the RBI leader.
Oh no, I mean I know he's blowing up, but I just never heard his name until that's how baseball is. I mean it's 1,000.
Hold on, time out. How come what? You never heard his name? What was it, last year, the year before, where he said
One.
place?
Minus one. Minus one. I don't care if it's a quote or not. I love you. I love you.
That's what he said, though. That's what he said. But that's what he said.
Boom.
That's what he said.
No, I never heard of that guy until he got an until he voted on the All-Star. I just didn't know who he was. Dude, trust me, he's a hero
is one
in
of the
my
greatest success stories in Philadelphia sports history. That guy, yes, he got caught
After what he
on
said.
live camera in the middle of a game saying, F this place, I hate it here.
Oh, come on now. Oh, Mike. Oh, Mike. Yes, cute.
I said
That's
it's a
cute,
success
Mike.
story. He went from that
He's covered his
and the
bases.
possibility of
He wants you to curse.
He
wants you to curse.
being beloved in a matter of 48 hours. How did he do that?
No.
He just wants you to lose a point.
No, I get that, Mike.
He wants you to
I'm
say
just
the F
saying.
word.
You said the F bomb.
Oh,
come on, just
hold
let
on,
it
Lewis.
flow.
When I said the GD phrase last week, you were all excited about me getting -1 point, but I can't get excited about you going negative.
You both were having the double salt.
I'm
the salt
talking
and pepper
about
going.
you saying it.
Hey, I just need to say as host that Michael's -1 is better than
Thank
Lewis's
you, Matt. There's
-1.
no goose eggs this week. He's going to be at -1.
That's fine.
All right, boys. Our content manager
at least got to get some sort of point, negative or positive.
Listen, our content manager is going to need to go to bed soon. He's got Michael over to host. He's got all these swears and whatnots we got to edit out. So I think that if we're all going to be true Americans, that we should
Let's get it
be
done.
logging off at a reasonable hour. How's that sound? All right. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, if you can make it, Millersville College Stadium this Saturday, August 3rd at 7 o'clock. Be there or be square. We're going to be there. I sincerely hope we get to run into some of our fans and people that like to watch. And if not, we're going to make some new ones in spite of Paul and his son not showing up.
Losers.
Are you guys going on a date with Corey or something? Is that what it is? You guys are going to like some remote place and you didn't want to tell us?
I would hang out with Corey away from you guys. If given the opportunity.
Away from you guys.
If given the opportunity.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it for this week. I'm your host, Matt. My handsome panelists come back next week. Hopefully we'll have some actual really funny, interesting behind-the-scenes content from all of us actually meeting in real life. Well, most of you have met in real life. I have not met any of you. You might all be AI for all I know. So, all right. With that said, see y'all next week. Like, subscribe, tell your grandma to watch. You're adjourned.